my peoples. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays for those that don't celebrate Christmas and you're watching this. Um, just wanted to come in and just share. Give y'all also an opportunity to see me without all the war paint on my face. I am barefaced today, but as I stated before, so many times I don't do nothing without my lips unless I'm going out the house for 5 minutes and don't feel like putting them on. But today has been a absolutely beautiful day for me. I've had unexplainable peace, unexplainable joy, and I'm by myself. Yeah, I'm usually by myself every year. Yeah, every year. That's just how my life is set up. Yeah, and last year I had a mental breakdown. Yep, I had a mental breakdown, and this year's totally different. I'm so extremely happy and grateful to God that I'm able to smile today, share with you today that if you continue to trust in God, send up prayers to Him, I promise you He will answer every prayer. One of the things I'm so extremely grateful for is the things that I've learned this year, the tests that God has put me through. Everything that I've gone through this year has been truly a gain for my spiritual walk as well as my mental. And today I stand very, very, very happy today. I've been in my house completely by myself all day today. By myself. There was a time in my life I couldn't be without a man. There was a time in my life I couldn't be without people. There was a time in my life where I not really needed, but I wanted somebody with me. And if I didn't have that, I would go into severe depression where I used to drink myself to sleep and just cry and write letters. But guess what? God didn't pay no attention to all of that. Because I'm still yet by myself. My God, I'm still yet by myself. You know, He put me through all of that to get used to this, to get used to this situation. He can't, one of the things that I love about God, I don't care how many tantrums you throw, He's still going to be daddy. I'm putting you through this for a reason. You have to learn how to stand on your own. You have to learn how to be by yourself. Because if you don't learn how to be by yourself, single woman of God, if you don't learn how to be by yourself, the man that do come in your life, you'll lose yourself in him. See, that sometimes we don't understand why we're single, but it's a reason why you stay single as long as you do. And sometimes we get frustrated in the waiting period when that is the time, just like preparing for a wedding day. You got all these people in your room preparing, putting you on your dress, your makeup, your hair, and all that. That's what God is doing for you. God doing that spiritually, preparing you, because if He was to give anybody to you right now, there may be something still in you that harm the person that He wants to give to you. A lot of times we as women walk around with concealed weapons from our past that will utterly destroy the relationship that God has for us. So, I stand so happy today. I'm extremely happy, y'all. I am. I have no regrets. I can sit in my house and not want not one person in my house. That's where God want to take us. That's where God want to take you. You have to be content with yourself, because if you don't know how to be by yourself, you'll completely lose who you are and who God's brought, who you allow in your life. That's why I could write so many statuses about if he leave, I'm okay. One thing you ain't gonna do is threaten me with that. Because God has set my life up to be by myself all my life. Again, I know I've said this before, but God took my entire family. You don't think that was a way of him setting me up to stand alone? That's the way I see it. That's the way I see it. So, can I encourage you, woman of God? Can I encourage you? Your happiness don't come from being with somebody. Your happiness come from resting in the process of God for your life. Trusting him with it. Having faith that he will do exactly what he said he was going to do. You have to be mindful when, and a lot of people probably don't pray this, but it's my constant prayer because I don't know what's best for me. Lord, your will be done. Whatever his will is, regardless of what it is, I must submit. And that's what I've done. So just to encourage you, I stand as a clear testimony that you can do it. You can do this thing. And I can look at people pictures and stuff on Facebook and be like, happy for you. There was a time where I would be depressed, like, why I can't have a family? Why I can't have a man? Why I can't have Christmas and all this? Baby, God will leave you in the wilderness long enough to get over that. Because what he has for you to do, you have to be able to stand and represent him when others don't. So, I encourage you, please just continue to trust in God. He will do exactly what he said he was going to do. And it has to be his will and his will alone. Because if you step out there like Abraham's wife, Sarah did, she didn't wait on the promise, but she gave her husband permission, or her handmaiden permission, to sleep with her husband. So she gave birth to what wasn't promised. And then it became an issue within the relationship. You don't want to step outside God's will and create your own thing. Wait on his promise, and you will enjoy the fruit of the promise. God bless you, women of God. I always want to stand representing the women of God. And it is always my constant prayer to God to keep me as an example, present me as an example. Because if you understood my life and what I've gone through, and to be happy today, baby, to God be the glory. Love you guys.